Now, normally we only do channel audits on a Tuesday, but today we're doing something a little bit similar, but also a little bit different. If you're new here, by the way, and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, we'll catch you up as things move on today. So pretty soon here, we're going to explain how you can get your channel audited, but from a new perspective. We're going to be looking at channels today, and we're going to be looking to see how you can take a channel, any channel that comes up, and start taking steps to make money with that channel the right way, right? Try to get your channel to become a business. And we're going to do that first with Mr. Rob Wilson. How's it going?
I don't get paid to do audits on a Wednesday, so I'm just here to cause a nuisance and bring you sound effects.
As we discussed yesterday, you're not getting paid for doing anything right now.
Apparently so, but this is now true.
Yeah, they're just giving me Rob's check. That discrepancy hasn't been fixed yet, and I'm not going to say anything about it.
Here's the question: what is a currency in Star Wars? Since it is May the 4th, is it Republic Guild or credits?
Credits?
Republic credits, yeah.
I think it's literally just credits. They weren't very creative about that, were they?
Is that a currency on YouTube? Imperial credits. I'm gonna go check now while you introduce our special guest.
You check. Maybe Desiree knows the answer though. How's it going, Desiree?
It's Imperial credits, obviously.
You have a lightsaber.
I do. It's my son's. It doesn't light up because he fights me so hard with it. We lightsaber fight on a regular basis in my house. I have an 8-year-old. I'm armed and dangerous.
That is a great way to go through those very quickly.
Right? How we solve problems in our house. But I have to say, I was a little disappointed still that there wasn't these are the income streams you were looking for our title.
That was a good title. I forgot completely because I've been so scatterbrained this week. I was in robot mode. I completely forgot what today was. I messed everything up for everybody. What the?
That's not a lightsaber. That's a light effect.
That's not a lightsaber. That's a spoon. I see you played spoony lightsaber before.
We're a little weird today on the vidIQ live stream.
Yes, we are. So, Desiree, are you excited to audit some channels?
I am so ready for this because we're doing this in my absolute favorite way of all time, which is we're talking about money and business, which I think is the biggest problem with YouTubers. And I'm sure that you guys are going to come out like, no, their problem is retention and growth and their bars and their graph aren't close together. No, biggest problem I believe that everyone has when it comes to their YouTube channel is they didn't set up to be a business out the gate. And so we're gonna fix some channels today and help get everyone on track so that they can set their channels up no matter where they are to be income driven.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this question then, Desiree, out of the gate. A creator's first priority, which is usually the case, is to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to monetize their channel. You would disagree with that, I assume. Bring the case forward for that.
Okay, so we actually have a whole video about this on the vidIQ channel where it's about making over 5 figures with less than 1,000 subscribers. Your girl got onto YouTube with one singular priority, which is to get leads to my marketing business. Monetization actually was so jacked up. It's like 3 months after being on YouTube, they changed the monetization requirements to the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the 12-month period. But it was kind of one of those things for me that's like, well, that's not why I got on. For me, I needed to educate my audience about social media problems, overwhelm them with how hard it was. They just would call me and let me and my agency do it for them. And along the way, though, there's been a lot of other additional revenue options that I've been able to add into my business that, we'll talk about in depth today. And it's like how you can continue to communicate with your audience when it has nothing to do with YouTube helping you dish out your people to you, how you can market to them, sell them without being a total skis ball about it. Like no one wants to be sold to. It's about us solving their problems and having our products, our services, our tools as the solution. Even here on the vidIQ channel, it is a business-driven channel. The point of this channel is to help YouTubers know how to grow their channels, how they can use analytics and data and keep up to date with the latest changes in a way that it's sort of like, I read all of the YouTube stuff, so you don't have to, and I'm interpreting it for you. That's what Rob does so great but the objective is, at the end of the day, is to get people to sign up for the vidIQ tool. And so it's like, that's why this YouTube channel exists. So if your YouTube channel doesn't exist to serve a business purpose, it's going to make it very difficult for you to make money, and you're going to struggle down the line. And it could either cause you to not be able to grow, not be able to monetize outside of the program, and then make you really frustrated.
Yeah,
100%. People are interested in the video that Desiree mentioned, then I think if you search how to make $10,000 with less than 1,000 subscribers, it was a collab Desiree and myself did. And yeah, we've had a very good response to it. And yes, these two thumbnails, I did just flip myself on the image. That is a thumbnail cheat and tip for you all there.
So we should get into this.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have a few things to do here first. We need to set up the tool in StreamYard that allows us to get people entered so that we can randomly select their channels. So, Rob, how do you do that?
Okay.
Rob, do the thing.
Give me 1 moment, and that should be quite easy to do, Dan. So, you mean in this bad boy, yes?
Yes, there it is.
So all we need this point is a message that people can put in the chat, and then we can start randomly selecting people.
How about hashtag business me up?
Biz me up. BIZMEUP.
Yeah, so like that.
Biz me up. There it is.
So the way this works is you enter that into chat one time, and you are entered for the rest of the day in this drawing for getting your channel audited right now. So if you enter it more than once, literally nothing happens except you're spamming and people get frustrated. So just biz me up one time. We're not going to change the hashtag. And for the whole stream, you're going to be in this drawing. Okay. Slow mode is on.
You can't leave.
From spamming.
You're stuck. You're locked into us for the next 90 minutes.
Yes.
Once our plan.
Once you enter this, that's it. There's no turning back. You have to subject your channel potentially to us telling you how you can make some money.
Yeah. This is my favorite thing in the world to do. Like I am so excited that you guys are letting me do this. You liked my idea.
I loved it. I thought this was a fantastic idea. I think themed channel audits is something we should do more often too. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I think to out the gate, to kind of give some people ideas, is in the event you were not selected, and for that I apologize. Let's go over some things that you can do. So again, when we talk, if you watch the video, I tell you the best thing that you can do to start building your business correctly is to collect emails. You can use a free tool like ConvertKit, which allows for you, it's an email capturing tool that's designed for creators like us. And it allows for you it's got a free account. It's great and easy to use. And you can collect emails by creating free landing pages where people can name, email, and then you send them something for free. So it's called our Too Good to Be Free offer. Okay, so I have 5 ideas for you to help you out along this journey. So the first things first, and this is definitely geared towards all of our gamer friends that are here. I was told very explicitly I'm not allowed to leave gamers out. Rob kind of yelled at me a little bit. But I think if you guys created an ebook or a player's guide, it's a great way to do it, especially so focusing is really helpful. And especially if you have a game that you play a lot on your channel and that you kind of really focus on, if you have a player's guide that is like the 10 ways to do X step by step, like 10 ways to get to the big baddie, 10 ways to get this unique item, 10 things you didn't know about this thing that you now know. It's like a player's guide and how they can do it. That's enough of a reason for a gamer to give you their emails so that you can contact them later. And this is going to be helpful for you when you have new videos out, if you have new players guide out, if you have a sponsorship that comes out, because when you are presenting yourself to sponsors, you want to be able to say, not only is this my subscriber count and view count, this is also what my email list is like and what my open rate is. And this is how I engage with my audience so I can make sure that every person that watches my videos has a way to connect with me in that way. So if you have a player's guide or something related to the game that's like 10 ways to sort of thing, it's going to be really helpful. Our second idea is like a how-to manual. And this is the idea I had for this around like tech channels, because we do have a lot of people that like review tech and things like that. If you do anything that's like manual or mechanical, like how to change your tires, how to do like that kind of stuff. So my idea was like, so if you're like an Apple user, like advanced Apple blank, every blank needs to know. So like advanced Apple techniques, every video creator needs to know, right? And so like, how can you make a manual guiding people through a problem that they have, or like leveling up what they're already doing? So if you can walk people kind of through that, it's going to be really helpful for you with getting people interested in talking to you, because not only does the manual help them solve a problem or help them with like future betterment of themselves, but you're establishing yourself as a trusted resource because they're learning from you and your expertise. And so it's just the extra layer to put that in there. My third one, and the next ones, we have some visual examples for you. So the next one I have for you is a checklist. So this is something I use a lot on my channel. One of the ones that I have like 50 videos everyone needs to make. I also have a checklist that's like a step-by-step checklist. It's like everything you need to do to create an effective video. And so having that checklist allows people to kind of print it off and have it on their desk or with them when they're kind of trying to figure out like, what do I need to create right now? Or what do I need to do? So having a checklist related to your niche that would help your audience is super helpful. Another one is a worksheet. So my worksheet for me is my default thing I always promote on my channel. If I don't have a paid sponsorship, or if I'm doing something else that's specific, for all else fails, I tell everybody, look, you need to have a content plan for whatever you're posting about on social media, and it starts here. Go grab my free content planning worksheet. They can print it off and work through it. It comes with support videos, and then I email them every week other things to help make their content better. So having a worksheet that they can kind of work through and fill in the blanks based on whatever it is that you're doing, another super helpful thing. And my last idea for you is a digital product. So I know that oftentimes people will charge for digital products. So kind of like the idea of like establishing yourself as an expert, showing what you have to offer and giving something really good. So I do a lot of work with StreamYard. StreamYard is one of my partners for my channel. And I initially had, back at the start of COVID, when everybody was trying to figure out what to do and they're trying to figure out how to make StreamYard work for them, I created a zip file of free overlays that they could use to change out their nameplates. And in our StreamYard community, I kept saying over and over and over again, people like, how do I make my own custom nameplates? Because we didn't have all these cool options like we have now. It was just like a standard one. And so I gave them templates, and I also gave them like a layout. Like if you want to make your own or give them to a graphic designer, here's where all of the frames are for up to 5 people on the screen so that you can make your own frames. So if you can create a free digital product related to what you do, like maybe you're a crafting channel or a knitting channel or something like that, and you want to like have a free a follow along step guide, or I guess it's actually more like that would be like a manual. If like you do something with organization, you could have a digital product that could be like a sheet that you fill out. I know Jessica Stansberry will have like her free digital planner that she has and things like that. So a digital product is really helpful for that. So those are my 5 ideas for you guys out the gate. If you don't get your channel business audited, players like an ebook that's like a guide, an ebook or a guide, a how-to manual, a checklist, a worksheet, and digital product.
Excellent. There you go. Real quick, while you were doing that, I was pulling up the giveaway tool on my end because I realized something, Rob. If you end up in control of the giveaway tool the whole time, it's going to make it so you also have to bring up their channels, which is not fair.
I don't mind doing that. I was thinking about that, Dan, but yeah, I don't mind being the screen sharer.
Okay, because I was ready to go with that, and then it just occurred to me. So I started trying to panic to everything in the background. Desiree, for these resources we want to share with people, like we didn't put any links in the description yet. We can always update this later, but where's like a good go-to place for those?
Like for mine, so
Yeah.
you can go to mrsdesiraerose.com/resources, I believe is what it is. Is that one right? Or freebies? See, I can put the link into the chat as well. Yeah. So
Freebies?
it's freebies. Yeah, it's freebies. So I'll put this in our internal little chat, and then we can put up. Yeah, so there you go. So the freebies is where I have all of mine that I give to people for free all the time. And so if you're looking for ideas, if you want to study what I do, like, which I totally go for it, have fun. Like that's how I've learned as well. But that also can help you with your marketing as well, since I talk about online marketing every week, all the time. So, but the freebies are really helpful for helping to build up your audience. And my email list is over 14,000 people, and I have an open rate of about 45 to 50%. And I send emails out every single week because my audience knows what to expect from me. My audience knows I'm helping them, and I'm able to get these little trickles of income from it. So when someone watches my videos, I get AdSense. When someone clicks on my link, I get affiliate money. I'm able to sell sponsorships in my emails and on my channel because of that. I'm able to have just overall channel sponsorships. I'm going to be launching some merch. I'm building out my business with my services. And so my services, because I email and stay in contact and improve my expertise, people contact me to do for my agency to manage their services for them or do coaching and consulting. So it all really starts with an email list for me. And I think that so many YouTube experts will be like, keep them on the platform. Don't send them away. You want to make sure that like you get them watching the next video and da, da, da. My call to action is around getting on my email list. That way I can send you my next video when it goes out. I think that's something a lot of people just kind of forget about.
Yeah. Well, let's get into some of this because I think there's a lot that a lot of advice we can give to a lot of different channels here. So you've all been putting your channels in using the BizMeUp hashtag again. You only need to do it once and we will biz you up.
I love this.
Oh dear.
Sounds like it's like an R&B song. Do 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 do. I wanna biz you up all night. I'm showing my age.
We don't have that long, unfortunately.
So sorry, 90s R&B is my love language.
I just want to add. I added the freebies link to the description. So if you refresh this live stream, you should be able to see that link now in the description. So shall I draw the first candidate victim?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can get the sound effect right today.
It's really quiet.
No, I still haven't got that timing right.
Close. Yeah. Technology state ideas.
All right, then. Let's see if we can bring up this channel. And then Desiree, just tell me where you would like me to go. This is the correct channel.
Okay. So the first thing I need to know. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're fresh. You're fresh. So this makes it easy. So go to about for me so we can see if I can learn anything about what their channel is about. I can barely read this. To be made bigger.
There we go.
Okay, so hello, my name is Shadiq. Hello, Shadiq, and I'm a professional website and game builder. I find a way to answer your thoughts about money and share it on my website and YouTube page. I will share everything you need to know for your channel. Take my channel, newly launched. Okay, so my approach is from two ways because I feel like you're a web developer and you talk about money. Okay. So if I was to suggest for you something you can do for an opt-in, I would do a checklist, like everything that your website needs circa 2022 to run smooth and fast, right? So there's a lot of things that people don't know to do when they're building a website, especially if they've never done it before. So these are going to be things like you want to have things like you need to make sure that your images are compressed. You want to build it on WordPress. This is what you need to do for your hosting, like because some people will host their website through GoDaddy and it's like the worst mistake of their life because it's overcrowded and stuff. Explaining what these different things are so they understand. So you almost could do like a definitions of what things are. You could do a checklist of things, make sure that your website has so that you can easily do it. And then you just mention it in your website. Like, hi, hey, welcome to Technology State Ideas. I'm here to help you with all of your website needs. Before we get started, website stuff is really complicated. So to get started, go grab my free checklist that walks you everything you need to make sure that your website is doing. Link is down in the description below. All right, let's dive into what today's video is about. Okay, having that transition is going to be really helpful for you in that perspective. So I also...
interesting.
I don't know what he's doing here, though.
Yeah, so it looks like they did a vertical video. It's definitely not going to be a YouTube short thanks to the length.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
4 minutes.
This is going to be really tough, I think, because if you are about building websites, most people aren't doing that on mobile. So you have to, I
would say if you did mobile websites, you could even talk about that because mobile websites are hugely important right now.
Yeah. Just imagine seeing this though, like the context here is a little bit off because if you're catering to people who are using their phones in this way, it'll show up nice on their phone, but think about your audience. Like your audience isn't sitting at their phone trying to get this information from you. So, and it's hard to see. This is a very tiny text document we're reading right here. Like the font's really small. So it's not going to be much better on a mobile device. So that would be my content advice for you, is to go widescreen with this. Like really, know your audience here when it comes to this stuff.
Agreed. Yeah, from a business perspective, and then it's kind of a matter of being able to drive traffic. So if you're trying to build up your business, you have the option within your description and in your about section to work with me, where you can follow me, where you can send in business inquiries, all that. Like make sure that's in your description very clearly. And then make sure when they get that email, you immediately deliver what you offer and then have a follow-up a day or two later with the soft sell on your services. So that's how I would get started with this. That's how I would do with the business audit for it. But make sure it's really clear what you do. Your about was a little murky, and maybe even put it in your header. So most people don't go to the about. So make sure in the header it's very clear what you do.
Mm-hmm. There's also a language shift as well in terms of the about section and the channel name are in English, and then the actual content is in presumably a language native to Azerbaijan. And so we had a bit of a confusion there as to who would be watching this content from what country, what location, because that's really going to help define a target audience for business needs as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Shall we draw a new one?
All right, then. Let's do it. We're up to 124 biz me ups.
This is a lot of people to biz up. I hope we can do it.
Hey, look at that. Pretty on.
We're going to have no chance finding this channel. All right.
Well, what's nice is we have his profile.
We'll try. Yeah. We will try. Okay, so he's wearing
like a red
Squid
windbreaker.
Game jacket. I'm going to
Squid Game jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, they're never going to wear that again.
Yeah.
Streak, why? Why is your name so short?
Comment in the chat. I don't know.
We used to be able to click their name and go to their
channel.
Yeah. Hey, we found him. That is so frustrating, isn't it? That they've removed that go to my channel.
I get why they did it now. At first I didn't understand it, but it's for spam. Like people can just keep telling you to go to their channel, and YouTube has put a barrier there now. So I get it from that perspective, but for us, it's super frustrating. I'm not financially free yet, but that's the plan for 2023. The goal for this channel is to show you how I did it. The goal for 2025 is to own multiple properties plus a possible business in Mexico. Also to be a millionaire before 30. Nice goals. I love this list of goals.
Yeah.
Edit. This was my plan until I found out how hard it was to actually become a real estate agent. On top of that, I'm from California, where open houses were not allowed until summer 2021. A lot of things were difficult, especially for a new agent. So the story is still developing here.
Okay, so first of all, you left out a bit of a cliffhanger. So I would say I'm on a journey to financial freedom.
Yeah.
And then I would go through my process. So my goals are this, list them, and follow me while I overcome the struggles and difficulties and come out on top. And like that's where I'd leave it. As far as what I would do from a business perspective, so we want to go over to the video. So first of all, again, your header image needs to convey that. I have to know what I'm here for. I have to know who you are and what I'm about. I also would update your name. Your name's terrible and hard to find. So you need to make sure that your name reflects what you're trying to do. So you could literally be streaking my way to financial freedom. Like, I don't even know. That could be like what you
financial
do.
Streak. Yeah.
Like find a way. Yeah, perfect. Like find a way. If you like the streak thing, like stick with it. So I would go with it in there. Your videos need to make sure that you reflect that. You have your titles are weak, your thumbnails are weak, but watch this channel and your channel. It's like to see how you can fix that. From a business perspective, what you can do while you're building out your financials, like, okay, get on my email list so that I can send you videos as I go through my updates so you can follow along with my journey. The business objective in this is really build the email list, because as you build out your email list, you're going to be able to really kind of snowball what you do here. You can share new videos. As you make financial moves that work for you, then you can sell the things. Like, here's my checklist for how I did this. Here's my process. Here's the paperwork I went through for this. Like, buy this from me as a digital product so that I have this. And then you can also sell things through like affiliate marketing as well. So like, let's say, for example, because you're traveling a whole bunch, or you're trying to do like real estate partnering or something, maybe like you have something that you do that helps make money that gives you an affiliate kickback. That way you have that to promote, and you can talk about it in your videos. You can talk about it in your email list. You can talk about it in your descriptions down below so that you can continue to get that residual income. That's how I would really position the business of this. And then as you grow and build up your following and your community, sell merch. And your merch could be based on like a saying that you developed or something that has happened in the comment section that you can really like use over and over again to kind of push your audience. Like for me on my channel, my saying is take action now. And so like that would be a shirt I would use. For the Women in Video podcast, it's you are impossibly amazing, right? And so it's just having those phrases and ways for people to support your business would be really, I think, helpful and coordinate with what you have going on. Spread Shop is the bomb for this. They have tons of product options, sizes, options. They ship internationally all over the world. And like what they do is print in your country and then ship from there. So you're not paying international fees and waiting forever for stuff too. So that's how I would approach this from a business perspective.
We should talk about the channel a little bit because it's a target audience issue for me.
Yeah.
We look like a travel channel right now. That's what this looks like. And it's totally cool if you want to be a travel channel, but you say in your about section something totally different.
Yep.
What are these two, Rob?
So it's as if the first two videos were it followed the about section, and that they were, you know, quitting their job and this new adventure to financial freedom. But and then there's one here about Uber, you know, how much can you earn from, I guess, 8 hours of driving. And there's a few more financial focused videos, but it quickly changes from that to, as you said, Dan, what looks to be a travel vlog around Mexico.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, again, there's opportunities. You could go into, you could have a checklist, how to travel around Mexico, where to go, what you should do, sell a route with a full plan of where you can go. Cause like, I've never been to Mexico and I don't know where to go, and I want to do it safely and I want to have the most fun as possible. So if you can map that out for me, get me on your list, give me with an easy checklist, like 10 things to do before you head to Mexico, and then you sell me an itinerary, and you have an affiliate with like a travel company or something like that. There's your money.
So, Desiree, we should shift gears a little bit and explain what this looks like for people. You actually did provide some of these resources prior to the stream going live. So yes. we'll come back to channels in just a second. Let's pull this up though. So this is what you're kind of talking about. You're talking about making a checklist, a resource for people who follow your channel. And this is what Desiree's checklist looks like. Video marketing to do checklist. So you want to walk us through this a little bit?
Yeah. So what this was like, I created this actually a couple years ago, and I still think that applies today. And it's like, okay, if I'm getting started with video marketing, like what is it that I need to do every time I create a video? So you just really work through it and you can check them off. You can print it off every time. I suggested that people print it and laminate it, and then they can just start off like a dry erase marker and then wipe it off every time. But it gives you all the steps, like identify the subject for your video, establish the goal for your video, research your title, bullet point out your talking points, identify and establish your set for filming, set up or check your lighting, set up or check your equipment, set up and check your audio equipment, get yourself ready, record your videos, include catchphrases, your greetings, your call to actions, your goodbye, pose for your thumbnail pictures using your screenshots. That's what I do afterwards, right? Edit your video and export it for the web, create your thumbnail with the size, write your description, include your keywords, include links and references in the video, publish it. Then we're going to write a blog for your video and embed the YouTube video, optimize it for SEO, share it on social, and add video to any to going to social media sharing strategy, right? So this is something that people can really work through, and it helps if you have a team, have like a VA or something. You can hand it off to your team or your VA to like make sure all of these pieces are getting done. If you want to grab this Flatzoid you can go to mrsdesireerose.com/freebies. It's in the description of this video. You just have to hit refresh on the live stream.
Yep. So that's a little bit of, if you were looking for ideas, inspiration of what a resource you could offer to your viewers looks like, that's a really, really good example of something you could be doing. We can pick another name now. I just didn't want to get too far away from that point.
Alrighty.
Like the point that we're trying to make my objective for you guys at the gate is let's collect emails and then sell in the emails. And it's just kind of one of those things that I think is really important because you cannot trust or count on YouTube to always present your videos every time to everybody. And if it gets emailed to them, it's like a nice reminder. It's in front of their face. And then the selling can happen. And then you have the other opportunities to build out all the other pieces from there as you grow. So let's go to the about section and read what his channel is.
Remember to always pray.
Okay. So video games, bikes, viral video. Okay, so it seems a little unfocused.
Mm-hmm. It comes from a very a spiritual place with the channel description, the channel name, and then you get to the kind of content you're making, and I'm not seeing the connection.
There's a bit of a wrestling slant here that I can see, but then again, all sorts of clips and shorts. Video games.
So I think our biggest tip to all of y'all: go look at your about section. Make sure it's updated based on the kind of content you're making now. That's I guess our first business tip. As far as what I would do, so you have a lot of comedy and random things going on. I don't necessarily think a shorts channel is a great way to get email opt-ins unless you drive them to the about section or to a link hey, go get more information here or go do this thing here really quickly at the end. In order for shorts are so tricky because the real financial gain to shorts is around the following, and hopefully with time ads. I know YouTube is testing shorts ads, but that's it's still going to be a creator fund driven situation. Unless you're making search based shorts, which is what something I do, it's hard to get the PPC of the ad revenue from it. But from a business perspective, this is where you just have to establish authority, and you want to get that following based on your authority, and then people go to the about section to connect with you.
Mm-hmm. It's really tough to establish that authority when you're not building a very good audience of returning viewers, because you're uploading a lot of different types of shorts here with different types of interests. This isn't your content here, so you have to transform it really carefully so that you don't get in trouble. When you're not creating, your own videos with your own camera, there's a lot of pitfalls there. So channel focus is really going to make or break, this one.
I'm thinking for a channel like this, where you are taking a lot of intellectual property and stuff from elsewhere, and as you said, then it has to be transformative. And through that transformation, you create these rituals amongst your tribe almost. And that's where you may have these unique slogans or comedy skits, and that would tend to lean itself towards possible merch in that respect. But I'm not seeing a strong unique identity here yet from the channel, from what I can see.
Yeah, if you were trying to build yourself up as this wrestling authority, like wrestling with God or something like that, or wrestling in the eyes of God or something, and you can sort of review and have thoughts and processes on it, you can have that catchphrase. You can again build that email list and sell in the email list. Then you can get product placements and do that kind of thing. And that could be an opportunity for a good tie-in. If maybe you have a good protein company that you'd want to work with, or a food of some kind, or gear of some kind, that could be a good tie-in. But you have to make your own content.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is this one piece of original content that they've put together, which is an unboxing of a camera, which is, actually got 3,000 views. The question here, no, affiliate link. That's the biggest open goal there is, really, isn't there?
Yeah, that's missed opportunity for sure. Not too late.
It's not, especially if you can revitalize it, or I get rid of those hashtags.
Yeah.
But maybe make it a cohesive sentence. But But yeah, like I said, you have to make original content to build a business case.
Yep.
You can react. React videos are still original content.
Absolutely.
But you have to have your own stuff.
Time to draw another one.
Si, senor. Draw another one, you will.
Nice.
Yes. Timing is down. All right, Richard Niles. See if we can find this chap on YouTube. First result, I think. Yes. All right. A composer, it looks like here.
Ooh,
Oh.
nice.
Producer, songwriter, arranger, author.
Okay.
Wow.
And a doctor, so credibility as well, we assume.
Okay, so ideas make you better. Okay, so Richard, you are very accomplished, but your accomplishments are too much, and we don't know what you're an authority here to do here on YouTube. You're a composer, a producer, a songwriter, an arranger, an author, a journalist, a broadcaster, a podcaster. Okay, cool. It's a lot of numbers and letters like after your name, but what do you do? What are you here to help me? What problem are you solving for me? And then, because once I know a problem you're selling me, you'll know what to sell me, right? So that's what that is. So I would fill out your description. That I would have like this part should be a bio near the bottom that qualify like your thing. Like my bio is this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I've done. Like I also am a creator, a podcaster, an author, a speaker. Like I have all those too. But my YouTube channel is here to help you grow your business and better social media and content marketing. Like that's what I'm here to do. So get very clear about that. Because then I know, like if I'm helping you grow your business, better social media and content marketing, I can sell you social media and content marketing services. All right. So that's how I do it. So let's get focused on that. So let's go to his content.
I was just curious where all of his links sent. So it looks like he has a lot of things going on, books, podcast, channel. You could probably flesh out the about section with a bit of his stuff as well, Desiree. Maybe not too many links, but maybe some guides.
I would almost just add in direct links, like buy my book. Here's the link to buy my book. I would make it very specific. So it looks like though he's sharing his music and vlogging. Okay. So the product here is the music, it looks like. So if the product is the music, you need to figure like how are you wanting people to listen to your music? How is your music being used? With the music industry, there's a couple of different options that you have available. One, drive traffic to a Spotify or an Apple store, download my music. Spotify pays you a percentage of plays and stuff like that. You can also put your music up onto sound libraries like Epidemic Sound or things like that. There's a guy, I cannot remember his name. Him and his wife have this amazing YouTube channel about photography. They each have their separate channels, and he talks about how he makes money. And one of his biggest income streams is he's also a music creator, and like he will spend a month creating music for the entire year, and he's made like over $30,000 off of downloads for people using his music for background YouTube music and in movies and shows and all that kind of stuff. So you can do that. So that's how that money piece is. So set yourself a schedule for creating your music and putting it up there. When you, again, email list, I think is kind of like our default, like how and why are people wanting on your email list? Get on my email list. I'm going to send you my playlists of all of my music based on what you're interested in, right? So if I have a Spotify playlist or if I want to buy my music, I can do that there. Have a way for people to buy from you and interact with you and follow you in some way, shape, or form. Like that's our objective with the email list in your case. And your call to action in your videos is going to be to get on my email list so that I can share my latest playlist with you, my newest song with you, and let you know when I have new releases. And then also maybe that's a bonus. Like, let me see, join when I'm performing. Right? You can sell tickets to your performances when you're going to be places like that. Because I saw you had a vlog about you being somewhere, like a promotion video. So then again, from this comes merch sales, physical product sales, that sort of thing.
I did have a question, Desiree, about the description and like all of these links to different things. Mm-hmm. Does there come a point where you're just trying to tell the viewer to do too much and it might be better to have one single call to action or a couple, rather than, hey, like and share, subscribe, go to my official shop, buy my books, do any of these things, and the viewer ends up doing none of these?
Okay, so for mine, yes, first of all, yes, you can't have too much. You don't want too much. Some people, for some niches, it makes sense.
Right.
So like when Think Media has theirs up, they're talking like, okay, what camera did I use? What, like, people want, like, they know that's for them. And so people want to, hey, I really like this way their camera looks. I want to get that camera. Okay, I'm just going to the description and get that camera. I kind of get triggered by that. But from a perspective of like, what do you want to put in your description? It should support what you're talking about. So in my description, I have additional freebies that are related to what I'm talking about. So again, I have my content planning worksheet, and then I have like other freebies that are on there. I have my link to get my checklist and like my Gary V 100 content pieces a day schedule. And then I have like the subscribe and then listen to my podcast. And then I tell them where they can go follow me on social and how they can contact me. Like those are the big ones. I think his objective should be like, okay, to break it up, you have those green check marks are super eyesores, especially with the black and stuff. So break them up with spacing and different icons. I'm going to put a link to a video into our chat, guys, if you want to pull it up as an example. But how things are presented matters, and how things like, and it's like, it's okay to promote, but you have to make sure it's easy to read and easy to consume. Right. So if you go down to the description, there's this support cards. I have different icons, right, that I've used that are emojis for different things. And I break it up with capitals and spacing. And so it's easier to kind of see what I have going on. And then on the bottom, then I have like the SEO, the qualifying about me and who I am, what's going on. And then I always have my disclosure, because it's kind of like a cover your ass situation. So just to make sure like I'm talking about stuff online over my business, like it's up to you if you do this. It's not my fault if you lose money or something like that. And I talk about affiliates, right? So that's how you break up. How it's broken up and how it's presented matters.
We should have a quick side conversation here based on a comment I just saw. Yeah, before we go to our next channel. So Knitting Patternista asks, if I can't get people to subscribe, why would they click on a link to give them their email? Give me their email address in the first place.
Oh my goodness, I can totally help you with this. This is my problem. This is your girl's life. You guys, first and foremost, remember, subscribers don't matter. Views matter. Okay. You want your views, you will still show up in suggested on homepages, even if you're not subscribed. Okay. That's the first and foremost thing. Rob, I know, let's talk about this at great length. I know that because Rob taught me that. That being said, I have a search-based strategy for someone coming to my channel. I have one chance to make sure that I can keep talking to them. So I'm asking them to give me an email. I'm like, look, I'm here to solve this problem for you. Let me continue to solve this problem for you. Like, so when I talk to people in my video, so let's say if you're talking about knitting patterns, maybe someone is on your page because they are trying to learn how to read a knitting pattern. Like, how to read knitting patterns, what you need to know. 10 things. And so you go in, you're like, look, if you're new to knitting, trying to understand what a pattern is saying in front of you, it can be really difficult. And I understand, I've been there for you, because when I started with knitting, it was really complicated. So in this video, I'm going to show you what you need to know when reading through patterns step by step. Hi, my name is Sue from Knitting Patternista, and I have been a knitter for this many years. I'm here to help you. Look, this is hard and this is difficult, and I help people with this all the time. Go grab my free guide that walks you through getting started with knitting, or everything you need to know about knitting, or how to make your first blanket or whatever, in the description down below. That way I can help you more with this knitting process. Okay, let's dive in to how to read a pattern. All right, I'm trying to help you. I'm not saying get on my email list and let me sell to you. I'm saying, look, I know you have more problems. So I know if you're here watching this video, you are going to need more help from me. So they do it. Guys, my email list grows by a minimum of like 25 people a day. And my return rate is shit. I am a resource channel. I am not one of those cool examples
I didn't get in the censor button there. I had no warning.
You missed
My
bad.
is not good. I am not one of those cool examples that Rob has on his channels where it's like the purple and the blue line are touching each other and overlapping. I am like the far apart one. I'm a resource-based channel. So you don't care if they subscribe. Even if they subscribe, it doesn't mean that they're going to watch your next video. But if they give you your email and you help them, you best believe they'll open your next email.
There you go. I did want to bring that up. And also, I was looking in chat. Just a quick reminder for anyone who didn't hear the memo before, you only need to do the hashtag once. Otherwise, people start getting timed out. So the hashtag BizMeUp one time throughout this whole live stream. You don't have to keep re-upping it. It doesn't work. It literally does nothing for you. We're not saying, oh, no, they're going to game the system. It's already built to only take you one time. So please just use the hashtag once and let us have chat back.
Yeah. We have 187 entrants in the system, and they will stay there.
I would like to answer to the question if we can. Can you put Kevin Quayle's question up? Okay. What if your channel is more of an entertaining channel than an info channel? Email will be hard to get, or is there another way? Okay. This is a valid question, and this is a valid concern. You still have to ask yourself the fundamental question. What does my channel do? Why does my channel exist? Okay, so if you are a vlogger, if you are a day in the life, or I mean, I think of like the I Justine, the Shelby Churches of the world, like the Ohana families of the world, like that kind of a thing. They're entertaining based and going along with this journey. You can still ask people for their email because you want to continue to make sure that they can stay on that journey with you. Right? You want to, hey, click on the link down below to get notified next time one of our videos goes up, because you're not going to want to miss it, because we're going to do this, right? Especially if they know what the next video is, or you want to talk about something, or get exclusive deals and promotions for our audience. You know, whatever you have to offer your channel or to your audience, mention in the email. When you place it will really be the secret. Is it at the end? Is it in the middle? Is it whatever it is? Your objective is to grow a business, right? And as someone who works with advertisers and businesses, they're getting wise to this number situation. Subscribers mean nothing. Views mean nothing. Clicks mean something. Knowing that people come back to you matters, which is why those emails and those open rates are so important. So if someone opens an email from you, it's huge. Huge. Because like outside of work, like emails have a very specific purpose. So if they know they can expect that contact from you, that communication from you, and then they can open it, that's how you can make your money. You can charge more because of your list.
All right, I'm seeing some awesome questions. I think we should kind of mix it up between maybe taking a question every so often and doing looking at channels.
I like Matisse's number about Patreon.
Yeah, I grabbed that one, and then there's one about email traffic. Grab that one. So we can come back to these, or we can keep going.
Sounds perfect. Let's do another one, and we can come back to questions.
All right, awesome.
Sorry, everybody, about my coughing situation. I'm getting over the ick. It's.
I'm sorry.
I jumped ahead here and already drew the next channel, so we can get straight to it. They call themselves iSpare, and from what I can understand from the content, they are a synchronized skating shorts channel.
That is very specific. Okay. So this is super community focused, and this is super niche focused.
Good views, by the way. They're getting thousands of views on many of the videos, which is good to see.
Mm-hmm.
So where the money is in this is going to be in the community. It's going to be definitely in the twofold of merch and channel membership. So this is one of those few opportunities where email lists probably would be very hard to build, because you're just repurposing content. It looks like you're not even like commentating on it or anything like that. But what you could do is you could sell or have an affiliate link or something to skates, to outfits, to skate repair. You know, maybe there's a membership of some kind for skate rinks that you can do. Like I know, like when we join like kids museums or like zoos, like you can get into other zoos at a discount or something. Maybe you have something.
Whoa, like scary. Sorry.
Yeah. You know, maybe, it's just kind of one of those things. Like, that's how I would do it. You can do that in the comment section. If you have a merch, you could have like statements like if there's industry terms that are common or something, you could make cool shirts and put them on a merch shelf within, just to kind of like have that up there. Maybe your audience needs training books, and you could sell like move sets or routines and choreography, like as a course or something. So that's kind of like where this merch is. However, it's going to be very difficult to sell and for someone to trust you and buy from you if this is all you're doing is repurposing content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, like, you're not offering anything to anybody. You're not being you. You're just repurposing content. Like, you're just at this point just trying to get AdSense, I think. And I don't personally think that's worth anything.
There's a chance they're bringing their camera to these events and filming themselves, because the shots look very similar to one another.
Yeah.
And that could be, and then you're selling a service, but
right.
You got to have some context. Like, I'm missing context to who you are and like why you're qualified for me to like watch this.
What you're saying basically is it's a lot easier for someone to think about joining your mailing list or investing in you more, whether it's financially or otherwise, if they don't know who they're investing in.
Yes.
So it's really important if you are doing that, if you are taking your camera to these events, maybe in the parking lot, you're walking up and doing a vlog style introduction, So we're going to go see this group, the name of the group, and they're really famous for this routine. And maybe you have some B-roll of them as you're talking about it. And so now there's like a person behind this channel. And then later it's some of this, the music and the figure skating. And then it kind of goes to your thoughts every now and again. Like, I could see this being a personality driven channel that does something similar.
Yeah, especially if, like, as you recorded something or like live streamed, maybe even the routines or the practice, got some super chats or something, but we're missing a person or missing a personal connection to what's happening here. You have conquered something that's very difficult on YouTube, where you're so specifically niche that there's no doubt what you offer, like what this channel is about. But what you are missing is a reason for people to buy from you, which is because they don't know who you are, they don't know what you sell, they don't know why to trust you.
Yeah. And once you have that, though, I mean, even a mailing list that offers every once a week, it tells people where events are happening. Something as simple as that.
Yeah, for
could
sure.
definitely be an idea. Because you got to think about what is this audience who enjoys these videos value?
Yeah, and you can see they've showed up in search a bunch.
Yeah, they are a search authority on synchronized skating, so they do have that presence. But as you say, they just don't have that individual brand identity.
Yeah. It almost just seems like a dumping ground.
Yeah.
A very specific one, though.
Right? Yeah. That's it. You've done everything right except personal connection, so that people know how to give you money in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So, all right. Why don't we answer a question while Rob pulls up the next one? So,
what about Patreon? Is it still a viable option? If yes, when is the right time to introduce it to our audiences?
Okay, so Patreon and even the YouTube membership tab or any kind of paid membership, it's kind of a twofold process. If you are already an established brand and you already have an existing following, you have proven to people that like you're a trusted resource, that they can come to you for more. Oftentimes when you have any kind of numbers, whether it's 1 million subscribers or 30,000 subscribers, people still come back in some sort of level. So you can mention it at some point in time. Hey, if you want to get this from me because of this thing, or because you're watching this thing, make sure you join my membership. Hit me up on Patreon. If you want, if you enjoyed this video and you like what I did here, support my channel so I can keep making great videos like this to help you. Hit my Patreon, down below. It's really about the value you're offering and what you get with it. Are there plenty of channel memberships out there where they're just like, they have it on and it's just $5 for support? 100%. And that's fine, because that's kind of most people kind of know, like, if I'm supporting it, I'm helping more content be made. But if you're giving something, if like with a Patreon, you get more options, and like, hey, if you want behind the scenes, if you want extra time with me, if you want to join our monthly live Q&A with me, if you want to join us for our office hours, whatever that may be, like, that's where it has to be. Patreon is From a second perspective, Patreon works really well when you have an existing audience to sell it to. Should you launch your channel with the Patreon? No, I do not think that that makes any sense. At what point can you probably activate the Patreon situation? Maybe 1,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, definitely at 10. But it's really about what is your viewership? What's your return viewership rate? How do people like you? What's your comments like? Are people building a community around you where then they could join your Patreon? And that's like where it is. Because you can launch, again, email list day one, video number one, collect them emails. Then as you build your list, when you launch your Patreon, you have all those people to open those emails and click and buy and get into it. So Patreon is definitely a step 2 or 3 situation. I don't think it's an out the gate situation.
There we go. We're kind of taking questions in the background as well. So if you've asked a question, there's a chance that we have it in the background and we may get to it in between various audits and things like that. We can go ahead and draw another channel here.
Yes, we can. It's the Theory Booth, and they are I think a newish channel with 14 subscribers.
Okay.
Value proposition's throwing me a little bit. I must be honest.
Videos for conflicts and literally random things that may excite me. There's no business here. This is just a junk drop. This is just a junk channel. Like there's nothing you can do with this. This is repurposing other people's content. This is nothing original. At the very least, like add some commentary to it, give your own thoughts and opinions about it, but this isn't anything, in my opinion.
Is there commentary?
There's nothing. There's no sound whatsoever on this, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it really helps if your channel has some personality. You know,
yeah,
we talked a little while ago about a channel that is covering figure skating, and we talked about how they could turn it kind of into a vlog. Even if they didn't want to do that, though, having their voice on the content, commentating about what was happening, would still suffice. There'd still be something. So that, and the other thing that struck me was in the banner it said about random things that excite me. That's what they want to do on YouTube, and that's fine. But when you talk about like, okay, how do I grow this channel? How do I make it a business? You have to remember that, like, think about the channels you watch. You know, do any of them do random things that just seem like these are things they enjoy? And are they getting a ton of views? If so, and then if you feel that way about a channel, look at them carefully. Like, is it really random things they're doing, or is there a through line between all that content? Because generally channels like this, they don't grow. This is great for practice, you know, for practicing making videos for the future. But I think if you wanted to turn this into something that had like a really, you know, an audience that you were building, it's going to need a focus, a very strong focus. It can't be about literally random things.
It can't be. Like, you have to have a reason. Like, if it's randomness, it's fine. You just have to have a point, a commentary. There's this channel my husband loves watching that's Friend Fiend. And it's literally just like deep dives into random things. And I'm like, but the thing is he's sharing a random fact about this random thing. And the genius is him and his buddy talking. And it's like this ridiculous green screen. They just kind of throw things up on the green screen as they happen. And it's randomness, but the cohesiveness is it's this person you built this bond with, or how they deliver and have conversations with. Like, it feels like this, like you're in your buddy's room talking about something. Like, you have to have a cohesion there. Like, there has to be purpose of what's going on. Otherwise, it is just literally a channel, a place to just dropping stuff to do things.
There was a bit of a series here with 3 videos about comparing military forces from different countries. I think, and just looking at the rest of their content, it feels like it is their own unique content. Like, I was going through this one, and you can tell this person has definitely created this content because we have a branding there. But then the very latest video is something about how epic the Batman series, animated Batman series was. And that's a complete departure from much of the content that we were seeing beforehand.
Yeah. Channel focus.
It is still early days. So let's not them too much. I mean, I think for a month's worth of content, yes, there was a lot of conflict-based content, but now they seem to be spreading their wings into a cartoon animation, which is a curious content decision.
It's so weird for me, the idea of like starting a channel without knowing what you want to do with it. I know that like even Marcus Brown, when he started, it was about tech. Like he had this camera, he was, couldn't find reviews on. So he's like, I'll talk about cameras and stuff. And Mr. Beast channel, I just was kind of figuring out like, what can I talk about? And it's like randomness and silliness, but he just kept showing up till he figured out what he was doing. From the get-go, I've talked about social media on my channel. From the get-go, vidIQ has talked about YouTube. It's just kind of one of those things that's like, okay, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, I get it. But you really got to think like what you want to say, what you want your channel to do. And you can focus more as you go along as something pops or hits or that you enjoy. But without focus, no one knows what you're doing, not even YouTube.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and pick a new channel?
Alrighty.
Nice. You must be counting in your head when you hit the button.
Yeah, I am a little bit. Okay, so I'm looking for a fluorescent yellow N.
Oh no. Oh no. This is so many.
I'm still looking for a fluorescent yellow N. And I may be looking for it for a long time. We can take a question and I can try and find it if you want.
Yeah, let's see. How about, is there a way to get free email traffic? How do I set that up?
What do you mean by free email traffic?
Can
you buy email lists? Yes. Should you know?
Well, I thought they meant because it costs money to set these up.
Okay.
But I don't know. I could be wrong.
So if you go to my website and you go to mrsdesireerose.com/resources, I have an option on there with ConvertKit, and you can set up an account for free. And it's like your first, I want to say 100, might be 1,000 emails are free. And it's with the links. If you scroll down and look for ConvertKit, it's like Get My Deal. You can set up free, and that's for free. You can build your landing page. You can do your names, your emails. You can send an automatic reply, and you can do it easily through it that way. Most email tools. The reason I like ConvertKit again is it's for creators, which is what we all are. It's super, super, super easy to use and super user friendly. I have tested and driven them all. The MailChimps, the Constant Contacts, the Infusionsoft, all of them. ConvertKit's worth that. But if you want, like, as far as like driving traffic to your email list to get people on your list, that's what the YouTube channel is for. And if you create search-based content and you can get the right people through the suggestions and things like that, and you talk about it, get on my list in this way without saying that so many ways, that's how you build up that email list.
All right. Thank you for your questions. Let's see. We got another channel up.
Yeah, I was unable to find Neon, unfortunately. So far down the list that my browser page broke. I couldn't scroll down any further. So I had to go for Jim J Plays. This looks to be potentially a gaming channel.
Gaming tutorial videos when I can.
Tutorials. All right. Gaming tutorials.
Like and subscribe. And oh, they have an Etsy shop. Wait, can we go back? Check out my Etsy shop. The link's down below. Follow my Instagram.
Click it. See what he's selling.
No items listed at this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interest, though.
So he's setting it up, which is smart, which is what you should do. At the very least, just make a sticker and do it. And like I said, I would not do Etsy if I was y'all. I would do Spreadshop because Etsy requires you to make everything start to finish. It takes a cut. They're having a whole drama situation over there. But Spreadshop, you just upload your designs and then it's print on demand. And they send it anywhere in the world. And they'll print it in country based on where you are. So from a gaming perspective, this is what I talk about. You have tutorials. This is where you do the workbook. This is where you do the player's guide for a specific game. It looks like you are playing the same game. Am I wrong? I'm not a gamer.
They're doing a couple things. I'm seeing Fortnite, but they also have these Unity tutorials. So
Unity,
there's game development going on
development.
here too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is to me 2 different channels.
Yes, very.
It's funny
I
because
guess what we should say, Dan, is that this channel took a huge break. So maybe we need to disregard everything except for the last 3 videos, as they were all done in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. So Rocket League goal, and then we got some searchable Unity videos. I still say that's 2 different channels. A Rocket League goal sounds like an epic moment kind of clip. So you make a channel just for epic moments in games you like, and you put your shorts up there. And then these Unity videos need to be on their own. So when I find this video and I get something out of it, even if I don't subscribe, YouTube's going to recommend what to me? You want them to recommend another Unity video, something that's going to get me to watch again. So that's the key here. And if you're a game developer channel, Desiree, there's got to be so many things that they can do.
Oh my God, yeah. This is my husband's world. So game developer, what's so cool about Unity is that it makes it so easy for you to play or to make games. The issue that you run into is that as a game developer and stuff, you need assets. So you could sell asset libraries out the wazoo for within Unity. And it could be, you could do landscapes, you could do characters, you could do room kits, items, just balls. Like you have so many things you could sell. Your freebie could be that product situation I talked about. Like get my free, build my first level designer, my first character kit or whatever, like that you use in your tutorials over and over again so they can kind of follow along with you. You can do presets, you can do so to then from like and then if you're showing how to do something, get yourself an affiliate link to Unity. Yourself an affiliate link to to Adobe Creator, because then you can do Photoshop for textures and stuff, and all these other tools that you can use, ZBrush, everything, and let it be so you get a percentage of those sales when people buy anything that you're doing. Licensing. Walk through how to do everything that you need to do. Really dive into the very details of this. I know my husband complained so much because Unity tutorials will like be too basic or missing steps and things like that. So the better you can do and the best step-by-step you can offer, the better you can do. So start off with like free assets, and then you can sell them to an online store like a Shopify store. And then again, you have a merch option for later as you kind of go and you're doing things and you have sayings and stuff. You could do build with me's. So like, hey, I'm going to make a character for my next tutorial, do it live. And then people can join you and talk with you and you can get super chats. There's a lot you can do with that kind of a thing. It's a great niche, especially if you can talk about like creating a specific kind of game. Like how to use Unity to create RPGs. How do you use Unity to create first-person shooters? How to, like if you have a niche you like, dig into those.
Yeah. If you have the skill, that's what your channel should be focused on, especially if you enjoy it. Which shop did she recommend? I'm learning
just capturing a question from earlier.
Spread
shop. So you want to go to womenofyoutube.com/spread shop. Set up for free. Women of YouTube is the podcast that I host in partnership with vidIQ, which is why they let me talk to you guys. That I think because I know what I'm talking about. Shopify is a tool you can use for like online stores, and it can sync up with like Instagram and Facebook really well. But don't use Etsy. Just don't do it. You lose too much with it. It's too much extra work.
I just want to bring up this comment as well. Thanks, Relax Library. It's good to know that we're trying something a little different here, and I think it's really cool to have this interesting and fresh perspective on looking at channels. So we appreciate you telling us that, because this could become a regular, almost like a monthly thing. If you don't mind doing all of the talking, Desiree, because you certainly know what you're talking about. As long as I'm
not sick, I can do it. It's so much easier.
I'm just happy clicking links and drawing channels.
Like for me, the thing about this, and this is one of those like high horses I get on really high about. And if you listen to the podcast, which is rebranding to Women of Video on the 11th, next week, money. Like for me, and I hate to have to, I don't want to be like the Scrooge McDuck about this, but like literally like money is the reason to do this. should you love it? 100%. I love creating YouTube videos. Even with the love-hate relationship with titles and thumbnails and the drama and the changes in the stuff and the making of the craziness and all the stuff. I love it. But you also want to make money. And there are creators out there that do it for the love, for the hobby. I've talked to them on the podcast and like, I'm here for them, but they will all tell you, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to make money from it or what to do from it. If you set up your channel from the beginning to make money, it allows for you to have a better focus because you're understanding it's a business that is supported by YouTube. It is not YouTube supporting your business. You can't rely on a third-party tool like YouTube. It's the same as having a job, right? Yep. You rely on a job to go to and you hope that it will pay you every month. All right. And if it decides to fire you, you're screwed. YouTube is a platform that that works for you and does things, but makes drastic changes on a whim. Like all of the COPPA stuff that happened 2 years ago for children's channels, that was a gigantic slap in the face for advertisers and for creators. There's just a whole lot of things. So you can't build a business and a brand around one platform. Set up your business so that it can function away from YouTube, but YouTube is a support system for it. Like it's just one of those things. I think money, but vidIQ doesn't make money. They do.
We don't. They might mean we don't monetize our content, which we don't. However, we sell a product, so that's why we don't monetize the content.
Product.
Check out vidIQ.com. You can learn more about that if you're only familiar with the YouTube channel. Definitely check it out. So Rob, I noticed there was someone named Alpha who got picked, but you couldn't find them.
Correct. No chance.
So just real quick aside, for anyone who has a very short common word YouTube name like Alpha or Neon, sorry to call you two out, but those were ones that came up. It's because we're talking about building brands today and we're talking about businesses. You should really do some research into a channel name you like that isn't already taken, especially by 100 different people or 1,000 different people. Whenever I have a channel idea, I always look up the name. And if anyone else has the name, I then look at the channel and see, well, are they even active? Because I really like this name. And if they are, and if we're going to have to be competing for the top search result for that channel name, I'm out. You can have it. It's your name. So I know that these, like, YouTube lets you make a name that is already taken, but that it is a detriment to yourself because people look at your top search terms for how people find your channel. And you'll see, like, any channel that has a more unique name, they have searches of people just looking up their name because it's quick that people start to find you that way.
I have a comment on this. I want to share my screen for a second. I have to show you it. So this is something I came across recently, and I was like obsessed with this in a little bit of an unhealthy level to the point where I was like talking to Google about this. Can you add it to the screen?
Yes.
So this is at the top up here. This is like a newish YouTube thing that they've been adding in. What is it called? It's basically like where there's so much information about a name or a person or a thing that it creates these about things based on the curated content that's on the internet. Marcus Brown didn't do this. The internet did this. Google did this for them. So this is the kind of identification that you want. You want to get to this point like where your name is so clearly defined and described that it's without a doubt you're the one that comes up for it. And that's why if you have a common name, like even like I have a common name, Desiree Martinez, I still dominate that name. So if you can find a way to make your name and just dig into it, it needs to be unique, and you need to be able to keep producing content that curates it so that there's no chance that anybody but you can have it. That's just branding.
Yeah. All right, we got our next channel ready to go.
We do, and I think we're going to have a lot to sink our teeth into on this one. Lockdown Live.
They're here all the time.
Yeah, it's been in our live stream for years at this point, and I seem to remember them crediting vidIQ with some of their success. I think they started making content as the lockdown started. They have 600,000 subscribers and nearly 50 million views. So, Desiree, I'm sure there's some opportunities that you're going to be able to unearth here for what looks to be a Minecraft hardcore series creators, a gaming channel.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Minecraft Hardcore means that if you die while playing the game, it deletes your world that you've built, and you have to start all over.
So huge jeopardy in that, Dan. Like one false move could undo weeks, months, years of work.
1 minute you have a video about taming puppies and kittens in the game and collecting as many as you can, and then the next minute you have a video about how you fell off a cliff while doing it.
Back to the about. Does he have any links?
Sure.
Anything?
Yeah. Social links in the channel banner, but then
Discord.
Yeah.
Quit. Okay, second channel. Okay. All right, let's dig in.
Great thumbnails.
So here's what I would do. Again, your freebie should be how to survive your first 100 days or your first 10 days or whatever in hardcore mode, like how to get ready, what to pay attention to, like a guide, a cheat sheet, like things to pay attention to. Because you've done this for long enough, you have 43 million views on this, so you should have a way to give you a player's guide. In all honesty, you could sell that as a digital product. And maybe like you're like, you could do like a how to survive for 10 days, and you could sell the 100 days or 1,000 days, like what to do, how to do, what to look out for, how to make it work. That's what you could sell. That's what your opt-in should be for gathering up those emails and stuff. I also think that sounds like what if you have Discord, it means you have a community. So I hope that you have some sort of channel membership going on, whether it's YouTube channel membership or a Patreon or something like that. I hope that you are monetizing that. Even if you can just get your people to give you $1 to $5, it's hugely helpful. My favorite example of a membership is with Super Carlin Brothers. They have Super Carlin Gaming, and they have a Patreon, and you get exclusive access to podcasts and access in like at certain levels. You get to have like a private chat with them every month and like a hangout and all that kind of stuff. So it's just really cool. They do exclusive merch and stuff like that. You're at that level where you could do that. You could have like a level where you get a free pin. You could have a level where you get a shirt. You could have a level where we play the game together and I can answer your questions. Like that's what you should be doing at this point. Yep. Join at this level. And I know that YouTube might get mad at you. I don't think the YouTube membership is personally very great because they take a very large percentage. But as my buddy Daniel Batal says, you kind of want to keep them in YouTube, which if you make them leave, it can be a thing. So it's kind of hit or miss. You test it, see what works for you. You do get the community tab just for it, so you can post and you can kind of do, you can use Hangouts for talks and stuff and things like that. So that's kind of nice. But you definitely, and then I would also presume right now you have a catchphrase or a saying or something that you've done, make merch. And I would do seasonal merch or like limited run merch. That way there's something that's like FOMO if you don't get in on it. So, if you have like an award or something that's like, I survived 100 days, like it's like a coin, like almost like an AA coin, but like a Minecraft coin. I survived 100 days without dying kind of a thing or something like that. I would do something like that with like a merch shirt, hats, coffee cups. I like seasonal stuff. So like right now we're heading into summer. So tumblers and t-shirts and tank tops. Winter, you can do sweatshirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, always stickers, just create that stuff.
Can I talk real quick about Patreon and stuff? Since you mentioned memberships. So channel membership, Patreon, whatever you do, because I had a Minecraft channel and I made a mistake. My biggest mistake was having a members only Minecraft server. Because people expect you to be on it quite a bit, and it ended up costing me a lot of my time. And so my caution, because it's a Minecraft channel, and when you think membership, that's kind of automatically it's what you think of because so many people do it. So many people make Minecraft servers for their members. Just know you don't have to do that. That's not a rule. There's a number of things you can offer your members that only need to be set up one time and don't require you to constantly maintain them, such as emotes. And we talked about merch and things like that. Just respect your time if you're going to do something like that. And if you have the time for a server, then great. It is a great perk. But just know that it gets old fast when you should be recording a video, but you're on your server trying to make sure your members are getting the full value out of that.
Okay, so I'm about to get real pretentious on everybody. And for that, I apologize. But if you can adopt my mentality about this, you'll all be more financially sound. The fastest way to staying broke is to trade time for money. Okay? That's what a job is for. I'm not here to make you guys get a job. I am here to help you build a business where you can make multiple streams of income from one thing, which is your videos. One video should be able to get you sponsorship, emails, affiliate marketing, merch sales, membership signups. That's 5 things that you can do from one video to make money. When you're setting up your memberships, if you're going to give someone access to your time, it better be a high dollar thing. Like it better be like $50, $100. And it's like a one day and there's only 10 people allowed to join that level. And we only meet one day for an hour. That way all 10 people are giving you, it's $500 for your hour of time to do that. Is this pretentious? It's fine. It's your mentality. That's not how I work. I have an hourly fee for my knowledge. Just 13 years in the making. Right? It takes time. Money. You're not paying for my right now time. You're paying for the years of experience me getting here. Right? So paying for your audience, for your credibility, for your personality, for who you are, for access to you. So you have to really respect that and own that. And I think that that's a great tip from Dan if you're a gaming channel. But if you're doing anything that's a membership where you're giving someone time, put a high dollar on it. Like think of the number and then probably double it.
Got a question for everybody in the chat. How much would you pay for an hour of Dan's time? Do let us know, and we'll bring up some of those answers. I did see that maybe they've got, I don't know if this was a sponsorship thing, but this might be like a paid digital product. They may be supporting the launch of an app, whether themselves or it was a sponsorship. But I think it's whatever this is, because this isn't Minecraft, whatever they're talking about.
Yeah,
there.
interesting.
But we're not seeing a merch shelf. I'm seeing no evidence of merch throughout these videos as of yet. And some maybe opportunities there as well.
Dan is priceless. Quit it.
There you go, Dan. $100. Take that, right?
I've taken a number of these.
20 English pounds.
Not enough.
Here, I got a bunch. Someone said minimum wage. 10 of who knows
10
what.
something.
10 something.
$350.
£1 million or $30, that's a direct translation. That's the exchange rate. That's how bad things are right now. I can't afford it, but I'd say around $400. Okay, appreciate that thought. $80. I'd reckon I'd pay £500. $7.49, $5, £1, and Dana's prices.
I love it.
Well, the good news, we have a new service / product that is available here at vidIQ, but we'll tell you more about that soon, because I don't think the web page is being built yet, but it will be soon.
Awesome.
All right, a couple questions here. I have a question. Does country matter? I mean, can we make money in any country? Are there restrictions for several countries?
No. We live in a global economy, y'all. It doesn't matter. You just have to make sure you have the right tools in place to do it. What's great about like a channel membership or a digital product, or even working with a company like Spreadshop where it's free, it can ship anywhere in the world, or it ships in country, like it produces the content in your country and then ships it in your country. So finding what you have, like you might want to make sure you adjust your pricing for other countries. I tend to think as an American, and this is probably my super skewed perspective, I feel like the dollar probably has the greatest reach over others. And so, but usually things will automatically adjust. And usually, especially from a European perspective, like our dollar doesn't have as much value as yours. So like one of your pounds is like 80 something cents of ours. So it's kind of just figuring that out, figuring what you want to do. And just I know that for Amazon, so I have a book called Start, Suck, Get Better. And my book, I had to go in and pick all of the pricing within the country. So like if I sell my book in the UK, I actually make more money because I can just sell it for, 10 pounds. And that's more dollars for me. So it doesn't really matter. What most importantly is making sure that you are earning money and setting prices that allow for you to replace your income if you have a job, or that makes it worth your time to give up your time. Remember, the fastest way to stay broke is to trade time for money. So find a way to get multiple income streams in so that you can essentially make more per hour and more overall so that you can financially have financial success.
Indeed. Let's see. Should I make a video of recent, even if it, wait, sorry. Should I make a video of recent something?
Events, I'm guessing.
Oh, events. Okay. If it stretches outside my niche and it's not necessarily what I want to make videos about.
No.
So they're saying, should I cover the Will Smith slap, even though I don't want to cover the Will Smith slap, but it's a trending topic? And I would say no, just because you don't want to do it.
Yeah. Like right now, I have to talk about Facebook on my channel because Facebook is a popular keyword for my channel. I do not like Facebook marketing right now, but so I don't talk about it. I've decided I'm not talking about Facebook marketing because they're doing stupid stuff.
There'll be times though, like, would you agree that there are times where you would cover something that it's just it's too good not to cover it? Maybe you don't necessarily love it, but it's this for this one video, I should cover this. I should at least talk about it, bring my perspective to it.
You have to remember though, what if that pops for you and that's what you get categorized for, and then that's what you're like YouTube gets mad at you for not making more of that.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of semantics, right? It really depends where you're at. It is a risk. Like if you were to cover the Will Smith slap at the time it was relevant, and it was like a meme video and people loved it and they subscribed for it, but generally you did like tech unboxing videos, you would be in trouble. Like now you're bringing in views the wrong audience. So that is for sure something got to balance.
Yep. Sure.
All right, we can do another channel. I just wanted to grab a couple questions. There are more though.
Yeah.
Yeah, King Angelus. I'm going to pronounce the channel.
Look how majestic that lion looks.
I cannot see anything.
Indeed.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Another gaming channel here for you, Desiree. They have 44,000 subscribers, and I was just rummaging around their about section, and the first thing I saw was this link here. But assuming this is a gaming channel, let's just check. Yeah, I think this looks like a gaming channel just from the thumbnails alone. When I went to this link, the broken plank, I got really thrown here because this seems like a shop for an entirely different type of channel or services. I don't know if this is like something else they do. There felt like a bit of a product disconnect here.
If they make that stuff, that should be a whole channel in itself.
Yeah,
like, seriously.
The creation of whatever that is.
I mean, so they haven't got.
What is it? What does it say before it? It says, "Get your own
honor art
for honor art made here." Is For Honor the game?
Okay, if it's one of those things, like, so what it sounds like is that if it's for armor, if it's merch related to the game, then what it should be is a link to their own store that maybe is through Broken Plank. A lot of like clothing creators do this, like Sarah Ray. She will partner with brands like Fashion to Figure or Shein, and she creates her own store within those brands, and it's her own custom, like it's her own store, and like she'll even have photos of her and the merch and things like that, and like so it's relevant, so it makes sense. It's supporting another brand, but where she's connected to it. This seems to be missing that piece, and it is a very big disconnect. It's the right idea though.
Well,
probably the wrong business or the wrong link to the wrong store.
Yeah. There's one other problem is that if For Honor is the game you are playing, you do not make that game. You can't just sell merch that is For Honor merch. You can sell merch that is whatever the channel name was, like that's your brand, but you can't just take other people's assets and plaster them on some wood and sell them.
Correct. You have to make sure that your own thing. Like, again, this is where like in game, like your own sayings, your own phrases, your own screenshots would kind of work. Like my husband and his brothers play Knights of Old Republic together, and they had this cool like photo of like all three of them as Jedi's, their lightsabers out, and it's a cool photo. Like they screenshotted that, and like they're gonna put on some shirts. Like that kind of a thing would make sense if it's like a big thing that happened in your community. But again, right idea, wrong link, wrong product, I think.
Yeah, again, the link is there, but get your images here. Very strange, tenuous link there from channel to shopping platform.
Yeah,
very much. One of the other things that we haven't talked about too when it comes to gaming channels, like if you support a game, like sell the game.
yes, get like an Amazon affiliate link for the game, or
DLCs, or talk to the company, like
yes,
Gaming Grandma. Like Gaming Grandma, I know she's huge, like 1 million
Shirley Curry.
subscribers. But she's got a relationship with Skyrim. Reach out like, hey, I have this many people. We all play your game, especially if it's so niche and cool. Like, I'm sure they'd be happy to like do a live stream with you and like kick back merch contests and do like swag and stuff. Like, there's a lot of opportunities within the brand to make money together if like you're a big brand advocate of theirs. Again, that's what I do with StreamYard. I'm one of StreamYard's big advocates, and I do a lot of videos with them and for them, and they pay me for it.
Yeah, it looks like they get a lot of views playing this game.
Yeah, I noticed that, Dan. Like 45,000 subscribers and usually topping 10K views per video, and they're publishing sometimes more than one video a day. They're really on a tear, content and community wise.
Yeah. So reach out and see. But another thing you can do is with this kind of viewership, you can get sponsored by other games that would be relevant to the same audience. A lot of companies are probably already reaching out to you. So you should absolutely be getting sponsorship opportunities. And if you're not, like try to like go out there and seek those out from games that you see sponsored in videos you watch.
Yeah. Also, like do things that like kind of like support it, like referral codes. Like let's say if you're doing this game, you've been playing a whole bunch, you could do like a Grubhub. Like, okay, hey guys, get me some Grubhub right now. What should I get? Like maybe everyone like kind of picks like you do a poll and like I'm gonna order from this or this. You can have a referral code from them that you get. Like everyone has a referral code that you can use like for Grubhub, and you can put that up, and then like, it's a way for you to kind of get like credits or money from Grubhub to make money as well. Like so it's like kind of that idea, like association really is helpful with brand development and being like you can kind of track I've gotten this many sales to Grubhub, then you can go to Grubhub and say, hey, sponsor me or something like that. So kind of think through it in like that kind of a way as well. Amazon links for like for your affiliates is really helpful. Especially if again, whatever you're doing or using, put it up there. Worst they can do is just not click. But what's cool about Amazon affiliates is if someone clicks on your link, even if they don't buy, but they buy something else in that session, you get credit for that purchase. So
yeah.
Something to consider. I like that they have their membership up.
Yeah, just going through an example of a membership scheme. I'm very curious to know if this person has any members on the highest tier. I mean, that'd be incredible if a channel of 40,000 subscribers can get people to invest $15 a month. I'm curious what the sweet spot is for membership values. I mean, Desiree, does that change from like niche to niche? Would you expect more? Yeah.
I turned my membership on. I was offering it was like for $5 a month, I'd review your content for you.
Oh wow.
I had like no interest.
Really?
Yeah, I found with my vertical, it's kind of very much like I want you just to inform me. I don't want like more from you in that. But everybody else I tried was like, what? That's it? That's only $5. I was like, yeah, but so it didn't do well. I just really think that like with what I do as a resource-based channel, it's hard to build a community around that. I know some people have had great success in similar-ish different niches, but my objective is affiliates, sponsorships, and services, right? For him though, it's very known. It's common knowledge when you're in the gaming creator community that like joining membership is just support for that creator.
Good news, Dan. Your value has risen to $69,420.
Of course it has. Of course it has. How do I cater to my audience if my channel has a wide range of music genres and sounds, and I'm uploading and creating almost daily to get that mix so that I'm not just catering to one age group?
I think that this is where you have to kind of come into who am I creating for? And like kind of who am I creating for, and like where do I want my music used? So One of my favorite creators, he wears, what is it? Sicko, I think. He's got like a mask. It's all glittery. I found him on the Tickety Talk, and then he he creates, he does like a lot of mixes and stuff. I don't know what, I can't remember his name, but he does a lot with vertical videos and stuff. And obviously his demographic is probably people under the age of 40 to 20 because he mixes the genres together. He creates some music and stuff. If you are wanting to expand your audience, it's kind of that idea of like, if you want to target, let's say if your music currently targets like baby boomers and you want to talk to millennials, you need to kind of look at what's the music that millennials listen to. And maybe what you do are covers of those songs that are popular to kind of trigger the algorithm and the interest towards it. And then you can also then make sure that you're filling it in with your own kind of music as well. That would be my suggestion if we're trying to switch into your genres. And then also though, like, what are you selling? That's like, we're talking about money and business. Like, what are you selling? Like, are you just trying to get people to your Spotify? Because that's the case. Like, one age group can totally fund you. Like millennial, like 90s pop music, like that's a whole generation of people. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And they probably make all of their money now through nostalgia at this point. Right. So it's just kind of, and like, and then and I keep hearing all these like Gen X music where they're like remixing it. So it's kind of saying like you can make money with one specific genre. We literally had a synchronized ice skating channel today. Like if they can do it, there's nothing wrong with catering to one genre. So that point is just about reach and making sure they all can hear. So at that point though, from a business perspective, it's about diversifying where you can sell and listen to music. That's what I would do at your point. So is it Spotify? Is it Apple? Is it getting your music onto different SoundClouds? Is it getting your music into different sound libraries for download and access, memberships? It's kind of figuring out that piece of it. True story.
Next channel.
All right. Yeah, I've got some
Backstreet Boys. Can we review the Backstreet Boys business plan for their YouTube channel?
I've got some really random breaking news here. I do apologize for bringing this up, but Dan, can you remember in channel analytics that I've been complaining for a good year now about key moments and them including in live streams?
Yes.
And I've told them time and time again, please stop doing that. Well, the team have confirmed that they've now removed live streams from key moments.
Yes.
And I can confirm that. We now actually have key moments from videos on demand. So we can
my gosh.
finally look at that analytic. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Wow.
So what was wrong?
Oh, so
in the back.
So this is a really good tool to find out, if you're improving your intros. So we can see here that 70% of people are watching, like Dan, this one that we did a collab on, 70% of people watched it for the first 30 seconds. Yeah. So maybe that format does work. But beforehand, all of these top of the list were dominated by live streams because live streams get 95% audience retention in the first 30 seconds. So we couldn't use this analytic properly, but now they've finally fixed it.
Hey, I like that. I like that third video on your list a lot.
Yeah, that's ours. But the weird thing is you don't appear until 3 minutes into the video. So I can't really use the analytic properly there.
It's fine. But your context, it's the subject matter.
Yeah.
I'm here for subject matter. That is very good though. Very nice.
YouTube's doing a lot lately. Like they just launched the raid feature, quote unquote. It's not called that, but basically like live streams can now live redirect to other channels. Similar to how Twitch works. It's a little bit different. Kind of silly in a couple aspects, but they just released that. I also heard that mobile is going to have access to memberships soon, which is weird that they don't right now.
Look at that.
Well, I'm afraid to say, Desiree, look, there's a dip here, and I don't know why, but it's
because I'm not you. I'm not fun like you.
Anyway, where were we? We were picking a channel, and it's Carl and the musical. I think I found it. Musical Creatures.
That's a fun banner.
Yeah. So drawing creatures and making soundtracks for them. So there's obvious potential merch opportunities going forward here if they're creating their own characters and intellectual property.
Do they have links or anything at the bottom?
No links yet. No links.
Okay, so what are their videos before like we really look at that? Like what are their videos? Are they like kitty or are they? Okay. So they're chill. That's good. Okay. So there's this really cool. I'm gotta pull up her account so I can have it. One of the women in the Women of Video community had to go into. She got thrust. Her name is Deborah Kroll. So she got thrusted into YouTube because at the start of COVID, she had a in-person music studio for kids. And it was like you would take your kid and like they would do music and all that kind of stuff, right? And so so she got thrust into this. And so what she's been doing, she owns a business called Tiny Tickles Music Studio. And so her channel is about creating YouTube she makes videos and songs so parents can do it with their kids at home. Then she sells books and memberships and stuff like that within it. So I feel like that would be something that you would probably could have success with, Carl. You have all these really fun characters and you're making all this really great music. So I would make shirts, I would make books about them, and then you can sell them for different things. For example, I don't know if you've ever seen Foul Language. It's a cartoon. He's a dad that does these daily cartoons about his life, and he's a duck. These ducks, I'm holding it. He did all of them. The characters as like these plushy ducks because they became so popular in mainstream. And it's just like it's a huggable, cuddle thing. And so all of my kids play with it, so it's dirty. But they have like a whole family of it. And it's a whole like thing. So you have an opportunity to tap into your community to like sell this kind of merch for things. Like StreamYard has puddles. And so I would just find a way to make merch. Gone to the Snow Dogs also does this too. They have little plushies of their husky dogs that you can buy for their memberships and stuff. So this is like where merch would be really helpful for you. You could do a Patreon where they get access to songs that way you're not publishing every single one up there. It's a limited run thing. There's a lot of different options you have within this since you're creating a visual brand as well as an auditory one.
I want to talk about this channel real quick, like, because I agree with everything you said in terms of what they could be doing. There's a lot of opportunities there, but what I'm struggling with is this person has two incredible skills. It seems like they make great music and they draw awesome looking characters. And so they've taken this channel and they put those two things together, but unfortunately they're not clocking in together, if that makes sense. There's a problem because the pixel art caters to one set of people and the music caters to another set of people. And although they work together on your channel, they're not working together to find like an audience. And so I would be looking at this channel. I'd be really wondering about the focus of like the videos themselves, because they could be the same exact videos, but it'd be the title and the thumbnail focusing on one thing rather than two things. Because in the latest video, you're drawing these characters and you have 10 minutes to draw the character and make a sound. Well, that's two things. And that can be a lot for people to process when they're trying to decide what video to watch. It's easy to go like the simple route. And then the other thing I would wonder is, could you, with your art skills, start to build the channel by looking at really trendy things and doing pixel art of them? And so make Obi-Wan Kenobi dance to Star Wars sounding music. You know what I mean? So make a really silly looking pixel art Obi-Wan Kenobi and then get some kind of music that sounds a little bit like Star Wars, but you make it yourself. And then, you can put those two things together, but then the title is something like, I made Obi-Wan Kenobi look ridiculous, or something like that. And you have the pixel art of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and people, when they get into the video, start to realize what you're doing, because you got the music there that you made, and then you have the character that maybe you draw them up at the beginning of the video. You can do what you're doing now. I just think I really want to see this channel grow, and I think they need to like target a more specific audience. And I also think trending topics could help a lot here.
Yes.
Indeed.
We keep running into the issue, I think, with a lot of these channels where it's like, you need more focus. You need to be more specific about who you serve and what your content is about, so that then people know what to expect from you, what to buy from you. Ooh, yeah. Nice.
The Vegetarian Club. Now, I'm already getting ideas on how they can make money.
Check it's the right channel. It is. Okay.
Selling recipes.
Yeah, recipes. There we go. Boom.
Next.
Okay, so here's the business plan for you. This is easy for me to map out. So first things first, all of your call to actions in your videos need to be to go get your recipe book of your 10 easiest vegetarian recipes, right? And that's how you want to get these all started. Talk about step by step how to do it. Easy ebook to give away for free. Then you have them on your list. You can send them an email every single week with the new video with the new recipe. When you send them that email, you're going to include a link to your blog, where in the blog, you're going to have the video embedded, and you're going to also have the instructions. You're also going to have the recipe that people can click, and it's going to have a shopping list. In that shopping list, you have the option to like print it out, go to your local grocery store and buy it, or it will link to an Amazon list where you can just buy all the items on an Amazon shopping list. Okay? And it's all affiliate and it's all done. We're trying, the objective is being a vegetarian, I know already is hard. Right? Let's make it easier for you to be a vegetarian with delicious meals. Okay? Then as you continue to build your audience, again, you'll develop a catchphrase. You'll have products. So you can start with like a merch store with shirts. Spread Shop has aprons. So you can do aprons with your saying through Spread Shop. They also have face masks and they have tumblers and bags. So you can have like a shopping bag with it on there. Go from there. As you continue to build your list, you hit certain milestones. You'll enter into the opportunity to make your own sort of like bowls and products and stuff that maybe are eco-friendly or animal friendly or whatever that may be. So your objective is a lot of different layers. Because you are in food, though, you have to make sure that you're hitting all of the layers, because your opportunities for revenue are beyond YouTube. You can make so much money with Facebook right now. Facebook has a creator fund that's giving away $35,000 a month for creators who are creating vertical video content. So you could turn your stuff into vertical videos, start posting those as reels on Facebook, and then you can qualify for their monetization program and make money off of that content. And food content crushes. Okay? Like my content, no one cares about. Food, though, everyone loves food, especially if it's healthy and easy to do. So your opportunities are fantastic. But out the gate, it's really those three parts. Email list with 10 free vegetarian recipes. Make sure you have the link with the recipe to your blog on your website. In your blog, you need to have the video embedded with all the parts. You need to have a shopping list to Amazon where people can just buy the products through Amazon Pantry and get shipped to your house, and you get the affiliates off of it.
Let's talk about the content a little bit, because that looked awesome. The shots they have are incredible.
Yes.
The intro was too long. I think,
so you were talking about this bit here, Dan, weren't you?
So this is great. Like it's already too long for the pancake syrup. Like that's a really good opening shot, and then right into the content. But then the next thing we see is this, and then subscribe.
Yes. Now, what I was thinking here is you would replace this call to action with, what would be download my recipe, or link to the recipe or something, instead of wasting the time on asking for the subscribe.
I wouldn't even do that. I would have something going on in the background, and then at the bottom, something animates onto the screen that says recipe book link down below. So that you're not taking like time away from people. Like there's a whole bunch of seconds there where people can decide to click off because there's just a green screen with the subscribe button.
The video starts there, really, doesn't it? 13 seconds in.
Yes. And then I love the ingredients card. You could pause on that and make sure you get it. But I would also be putting the ingredients you're doing in the corner. Every time you do something, 1 cup of flour appears in the corner so people can keep up with what's going on. So just some tweaks there to, I think, increase your retention rate and then provide even more value throughout your videos. Look at these shots. Like professional filmographer makes a cooking channel. That's what this is.
You have a lot of opportunities. This is where, okay, you need a VA. This is the 4th step. You need a VA that can take all of these shots that you have and upload them up to some stock video libraries so that you can make some money off of these shots for photos and for videos, because these are fantastic. It's so hard to get good food shots. Like your ability to make money from your content, because it's so good, like is like Pinterest, get a nice Pinterest strategy going. You need a VA. Like bring someone in to just be your social media manager, repurpose your content, and put in all of the places.
That is a virtual assistant, by the way, for those who don't know.
I was wondering because at first I thought video editor. No, that's VE.
You need a virtual assistant, a social media manager. Message me, I will help you.
Interesting thing here is that each video starts exactly the same with this delicious shot that's a little too long, then this intro, which we don't need, and then this subscribe call to action, and then it's 12 seconds in. So I want to tell this channel to start using this tool to try and improve your audience retention in the first 30 seconds. Because my guess is the moment people are seeing that, they're clicking off. If this intro hasn't bought, because it's a beautiful shot, but it's almost as if the creator likes this shot so much that they want to linger on it, and it's too long here. We need to get into create the recipe and making the food.
I wonder if you could benefit from having voiceover. Is like, are they talking during that time at the
let's see.
This is the easiest and tastiest first recipe.
Okay, so then I think it has a little bit more.
But then this intro music.
You know what? I have branding, and I'm here for branding. The subscribe button needs to be a call to action at the bottom of a screen, not a full thing. No one has reason to subscribe to you yet. I think if you're going to do an ingredients list, you need to like either right align it or left align it and have you in the thing or the things talking about it, like while you're prepping and getting things ready. Or do what I suggested before, where you put the shopping list and the link to your blog on your website when your blog is monetized. Oh.
A lot of great opportunities there. Let's see. Can you have too many affiliate marketing programs? Can you be in too many affiliate marketing programs? Maybe is what they meant.
Yes, I do believe you can. Because yes and no. And you can don't talk about all of them in one place, obviously. They should, the affiliates that you're a part of should have to do with the video content that you're creating, right? Or should have to do with your brand. So it's something you talk about frequently or not. Like, I use vidIQ a lot for my video creation. So it makes sense for me to be an affiliate of vidIQ because I talk about it and I encourage people how to use it. I teach people how to do it. So it makes sense for me to sell it to other people. But it would not make sense for me to talk about those in red that must not be named because it conflicts, right? I don't want to have two products that allegedly do the same thing or that are whatever it is and supporting both. Like that's double dipping in a negative way that can hurt your brand and your credibility. Mm-hmm. So pick the brands that you like and the products that you are loyal to and just really support those in a small bucket. But you can have a bunch. Like for me as a social media manager, there's a lot of tools that I use to create content because there's not one tool to rule them all. I have vidIQ, I have Keywords Everywhere, I have Sendable, which is social media management. I use StreamYard to record videos. I use Kapwing to turn them into short form videos. I use Canva for creating thumbnails and social graphics. Like that's 6 tools right there, right? I talk about on a regular basis on my channel. And so it's kind of like they have to make sense and support what you're doing or support your brand and your messaging. So you don't want to have too many because it can get kind of cloudy and muddy. And definitely don't conflict.
Yeah. Think Media, you mentioned this earlier, but Think Media, when they're in a ton of affiliate programs, but they only put relevant links in the video itself. Like you mentioned earlier, if they're using a specific camera, they're not going to put affiliate links to every single camera they own. It's going to be that specific camera for that video.
Yeah, and but affiliate links, like you're talking about too many, like programs is different than links, right? So yes. The Amazon affiliate program, but if I have like 10 products I use to make my studio work, I'm going to have links to all 10 of those items, right?
Right.
So that kind of thing is okay.
And then real quick, the shop for the aprons was Spreadshop.
Spreadshop. You can sign up for free, womenofyoutube.com/Spreadshop.
The best way to charge people for me to film a video of their home.
So the reason I brought this one up is, Dan, if you remember, we audited this channel probably about a month ago. And it looked like a real estate channel, but I think it's a creative that goes into people's houses and films them from an aesthetic design perspective. And they're getting tens of thousands of views on these videos, which is incredible.
Should you not be paying them for the opportunity to make the content?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it?
Always charge. Okay. Your time has so much value and you are proving it with your 1 million views on your channel to your products. Here's how I would calculate this. First things first, research what different markets charge for this service. Okay. And the reason I say different markets is where you are matters. So this looks like it's in Texas. So look and see how much this charges in San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston, El Paso, right? See what the fees are for this and get a nice median range. Second, how long does it take you to do this? Not just go in and film, but get to the proper, establishing the sales call, arranging it, scheduling it, paperwork, driving, setting it up, recording it, taking it back, editing it, uploading it. How long does that take? And then you need to decide, what is my hourly rate on this? And you also need to account for how you can offload the work. So at my agency, I know how much I pay the members of my team, and I know what my hourly rate is. And so if like there's a project that we're working on, because every project of mine is multiple touch points, right? So in your case, you have to travel. Someone has to travel to your location, set up and take the photos. Someone has to then edit them, put them together the way that they need to be done, upload them to wherever they need to go, get approvals, make changes, all of the parts that go into it. So how much does that cost you to have this other person do it? Because you should not be doing all of the work. Never do all of the work. And calculate what that's going to be. Your rate might be $250, $500 an hour to get this done. Right. So if you calculate, well, as the total cost for this project is 5 hours and it's going to be $250 an hour, then that's what my fee is going to be on this. Now you can create opportunities like and for you, your partnerships are very specifically going to be with real estate agents and commercial real estate agents. So you can make special packaging for them, knowing that they're going to keep coming back to you, right? So like, okay, I'm going to sign this contract with them and I know that I'm going to be doing 10 properties a month for them. And so I might give them a $200 an hour rate because I know I'm also going to be getting more work from them. So this is how you have to calculate these multiple things. So what's the time it takes for this? How much does it cost to produce the content? And how much does it cost to also have team members to account for all that? And always make sure to mark up to cover your taxes.
100%. Thank you for all of that, Desiree. That does bring us to time, but there's so much we didn't get to. We didn't get to talk about this cool overlay that you have. We missed out on all this stuff. Where can people learn more about you?
I want everyone to just go check out the podcast. Women of Video. It's rebranding as of next week. Womenofvideo.com, womenofyoutube.com. We focus on telling the stories of female creators to inspire others to start and keep creating on YouTube. And we talk a lot about business. All allies of women are welcome. Okay. But we just try really hard to lift up females and what we have going on over there. So.
Absolutely. Thank you everybody for being here. We do hope you got something out of that. We'll see you.
We do this again.
Yes.
I agree.
That was awesome.
Great. I would love to talk about business.
We're live again on Friday. By the way, before you go, we're live on Friday. We're never live on Friday. Please join us for a live stream on Friday featuring Ed from Film Booth.
What are you talking about?
Stuff and things, believe it or not.
How much I'm worth on an hourly rate. That's what we're talking about.
That's what our videos are about. Show up as a surprise.
It's Ed from Film Booth. It's
editing.
Editing. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot out of it. That's
nice.
That is for sure. We're gonna cover a lot of things. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you next time.
May the views be with you.